Oops. Oh.
Okay, now remember, we're going to be live, so
Everybody be nice.
okay, we are streaming live.
Okay. I'm making this announcement in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, Laws of the State of New Jersey. The Borough Clerk has prepared a schedule of the meetings of the governing body of the Borough of Kenilworth for the year 2020. The clerk has posted a true copy of this schedule on the bulletin board located at the front entrance of Borough Hall and has mailed true copies of this schedule to the local source, the Star Ledger and the Home News Tribune, and is maintaining a copy of this schedule in her office during the year 2020. Accordingly, the notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied in regard to this meeting. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Cesari,
Here.
Councilman Clementi,
Here.
Councilman David is excused. Councilman Ladati is currently trying to get signed in now. Councilman Lopez
Here.
and Councilman Shelkey.
Here.
Mayor,
Oh, I'm sorry. We're changing the work session to 6 p.m. We were beginning at the April 8th meeting, so we will begin at our next meeting then. I'm not sure of the date. Let me look. What's it?
22nd.
Yep, April 22nd. And sorry, just bear with me a second. In my report, as we continue to battle the coronavirus, I would like to update everyone. We currently have 47,437 cases of COVID-19 in New Jersey, 4,831 cases in Union County, and 61 cases in Kenilworth. In a further effort to keep us safe, Governor Murphy has ordered all state and county parks closed due to the extremely high number of people congregating in them. We have also followed this rule in our community, and all our parks are closed as well to the public. Public safety is and continues to be our highest priority. There has been a high amount of latex gloves and masks in our recycling loads. These items are not considered household recycling and should be properly disposed of as trash. Under the advice of the CDC, I greatly encourage the use of masks or face coverings along with gloves when you're out in public for your safety and the safety of those around you. Please dispose of these items after use in trash cans as well. There has been a large number of these items littered in parking lots and sidewalks. The Union County COVID-19 Test Center is located at Kane University and is open free of charge to all Union County residents, first responders, and healthcare professionals who live and work in Union County. COVID-19 symptoms include fever, cough, and shortness of breath. Patients can call 908-373-5105 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to be connected to a nurse who will triage and assess symptoms over the phone. Persons receiving an appointment can proceed to the testing center at their scheduled time. No other primary care doctor prescription is required. The primary election has been extended from June 7th to July 7th. With the holiday season among us, I join many of you in feeling disappointed that we cannot celebrate in the ways that we are accustomed to. Many places of worship are live streaming services on social media outlets. In compliance with the governor's request, I urge our residents to please celebrate the holidays with only the family members that you live with. We all understand the difficulty of this sacrifice. However, this still remains necessary to reduce the spread of coronavirus. Also, please count yourself in the census. Currently, Kenilworth is counted at 53.4%. As always, I extend tremendous gratitude to our first responders out there selflessly serving our community every day. Also, a big thank you to all essential workers showing up, putting themselves at risk so that we can get the supplies that we need. Thank you to our borough employees for working hard under difficult conditions to keep our borough running smoothly. Our borough clerk, Laura Reinerson, and our CFO, Joseph D'Iorio, for working so hard to make this virtual meeting a reality and streaming it live for our residents on YouTube. I wish everyone a joyous holiday. To all our children in the borough, I would like you all to know that the Easter Bunny is a designated essential worker. I am grateful and honored to serve our amazing community. Please stay safe and well. Be kind to others. We're in this together and we will get through this together. Thank you. Okay, finance report, Councilman Lopez.
Thank you, Mayor. Finance report for the meeting of April 8th, 2020. The Finance and Tax Office continues to work remotely during the state of emergency. The state meets once a day, actually, through Zoom video conferencing and includes various other departments as needed. All tax and finance payments, PTR forms, PD5 forms, and other forms should be mailed to 567 Boulevard, Kenilworth, New Jersey, 07033. Please do not send cash payments. If you would like a receipt, please enclose a self-addressed stamped envelope. Because of the current pandemic, the state has placed a hold on all homestead credits at this time. This Monday, the state Senate will be voting on a bill to extend the time in which property taxpayers can pay taxes without penalty. The current law does not allow municipalities to extend grace periods except when a natural disaster occurs. The state has not defined the coronavirus pandemic as a natural disaster. The state has also postponed the introduction of the municipal budget to April 28th or the next following meeting of the governing body. In the case of Kenilworth, the date is May 13th. This will allow the municipalities the opportunity to consider additional expenses as well as anticipated losses in revenue in their municipal budgets as the result of COVID-19. The chief financial officer is monitoring potential loss of revenue from construction fees and municipal court fines. This information will help determine the best course of action and revenues and municipal budget expenditures overall. The CFO and tax collectors in Union County and surrounding towns have been in constant communication via email about these and other financial matters. As new information arises, our CFO will let us know. I hope everyone stays in good health. Thank you very much, Mayor.
Thank you. Department of Public Works, Councilman
Mayor,
David, anyone have?
I have a report to.
Excellent.
Mayor, I have a report to read for Council that. I'm sorry. So it's from Joseph Kenilworth, Superintendent of the DPW, of course, and he has 4 items he wanted me to discuss. One, that the DPW crews are working alternate work weeks as a precaution for the COVID-19 outbreak. 2, the DPW is performing the normal sanitation schedule and there are no interruptions in any other services. 3, the crews are cleaning the boulevard, cutting grass, cleaning the parks, and picking up brush. And number 4, we are still providing 24-hour emergency sewer services. So that's all good news. And that is the report for the DPW.
Excellent, thank you. And
welcome.
Department of Public Safety, Councilman Clementi.
Hey, excuse me, Mayor.
Yes.
In Public Works, we also want to get out there that we already said it, but just to reconfirm that bulk pickup for the 15th is canceled.
Oh, okay,
That is
thank you.
correct. Yeah. For public safety, Mayor, I have a couple things I want to talk about, just to talk about some of our courageous people in our community, and I'm going to just hold that off until our regular meeting.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So that no other report then? You're gonna hold off?
No, I'm good. I'll read it into the regular meeting.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, thank you. Okay, planning and zoning,
Thanks.
Councilman Pelkey.
Thank you, Mayor. Planning and zoning report. The staff continues to do the best they can while the building is closed. The planning board has canceled its meeting for tomorrow night and will meet at the regularly scheduled time next month. A complaint was received regarding a property owner grading into a drainage ditch. Our engineer is addressing this. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Recreation and fire, Councilwoman Ceciari.
Thank you, Mayor. I talked to Chief Kruger today and he was happy to tell me that his crew on the rescue squad are doing the best they've ever done. Like they're right out there, they're getting to people and they're doing a bang up job. He also mentioned that the PPE supplies, they are running low, but he did put his purchase orders in for at the main pickup. It's somewhere down south. He didn't say where, but they will be getting more PPE supplies for protection from this coronavirus. That's all I have for fire. Recreation, just another announcement, the Easter egg hunt, it'll be held and done from home. The eggs will be dropped off on the people who have signed up and registered on their front porch. The eggs will be filled with candy and delivered the night before Easter and left on the doorsteps for families. And other than that, as we know, all parks are closed. So do your best to try to stay out of them. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilwoman Ceciari. Health, Education, and Human Services, Councilman Ladati.
From the Board of
He's
Education.
got to put his mic on. Okay.
My mic's not on.
It is now.
Spoke to board members from the Board of Ed. And what they were saying is that the budget was approved by the county superintendent. It came back to the school and there's going to be a lot of changes. Things are all up in the air about how money is going to be distributed this year. Do they need more? Do they need less? They can't let anyone go. They can't put anyone on furlough from the school. And that's illegal. So we can't save any money that way, they were saying. And something I know for the mayor, you wrote something on Facebook about graduation and the awards. What the board is doing right now is looking to maybe have graduation in July. And maybe having, if that doesn't work, have a virtual graduation where the superintendent will be there with a picture of the kid. And the same thing with the awards. The board's working very hard on that, trying to help our kids. And that goes for elementary as well as the high school kids. See what I got there. Everything looks good up to there. I mean, a lot of the monies that should come back to the school won't be put in front of the assembly probably until September. So that puts, like a 4 or 5 month delay. The next one is the library. The library's closed, as everyone knows. Some people are manning it. They'll go in once a week just to check. But they reminded me that Kenilworth is an active and alive library, where if you went to www.kenilworthlibrary kenilworthlibrary.org/page ID 186, and I'll repeat this later on. You could get your streaming books, you could get video, you could rent movies, all from the website. So I mean, that's a big plus for us. And another plus will be that all fees are canceled for late books and in the library. So that'd be nice for a lot of people, wondering about what's going on there. Again, the health department, what can I say? Marconi did a bang up job, and Mike Bolka is doing a bang up job keeping us, in line and about what's going on. There's other issues that I have, and some of them might be, food banks. I know we had welfare and we do human services. I don't know where to even go to tell people to go for the food bank. I know St. Teresa's is closed for people that need supplies. I know that our police are doing whatever they can do to help people out. Our senior citizens, the building's closed. We don't know what to say. And there weren't that many people that were in desperate need of of the Meal on Wheels. You know, they liked it, but there was a couple of families that really needed it, and our police department took care of it. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Excellent, thank you. Borough Engineer.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. I just have one issue, or one item. If you remember last month, we talked about, I talked about a problem with 2 sanitary manholes on Market Street. One at the corner of Passaic and one a little bit further down in front of number 132. The Passaic is really the main, is probably the worst condition. That's causing a backup of sewage onto Passaic Avenue. Some of the neighbors have complained about the sewage getting in the basement, and DPW has been out there several times to clear out the line. So we put out a request to get quotes for the repair. Sent it out to 3 contractors. We got a response from Mercer Cola Excavating, who's done some stuff for the town prior. So we broke it into 2 bids, or two parts. We asked for a base quote for the manhole at Passaic Avenue, and then we did second manhole at 132 as an alternate. So their base bid came in at $10,500. The alternate bid for the second manhole was $4,400. The 2 total of $14,900. I had estimated about $10,000 per manhole, so the number I think is good. You could, award the base, not the alternate, but if you do it together, you're going to get a better price doing them at the same time. If you issue the base bid now and then go back out later to the second manhole, you're probably going to, have an additional cost. So I think that these need to be done. So I would request that we could try to move ahead and get them repaired. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Borough
One
CFO.
question for Tony.
Based off the last conversation that we had at the last work session, even though with technical difficulties, you weren't able to hear the engineer, but we were discussing the manholes he's talking about. Now, I know you've already seen on the consent agenda that we are approving that. So if you're not okay with that, let me know and I will have it stricken from the consent agenda.
I think it's a good idea.
Agree.
Okay, so leave it.
I would say leave it.
Yeah, leave it.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, we're monitoring our live feed. It's looking really good. Kathy, can you turn that down a little bit? I'm hearing everyone twice, so my apologies.
What?
Hey, congratulations, Laura. We got everyone on. It's all together. As Councilman Lopez had mentioned, a lot of questions have been surrounding about the payment of property taxes, any decision about delaying payment or giving an additional grace period. The Senate will be discussing that on Monday, as you mentioned. We'll have more information then, but as of right now, it's interesting in that the state allows for an extension of a grace period under certain conditions, one in which is a natural disaster. The state has not classified this as a natural disaster, so they have to change the law so that we can offer additional grace periods. So it's kind of, I would think this would be a natural disaster like other CFOs and collectors have, but it's the state. Other than that, we're keeping a close eye on our revenues with the enactment of the new executive order barring construction work. That's really going to hamper, put a dent in our revenues when it comes to construction. Ironically, before this, we were seeing a pretty steady flow of construction permits coming in, not just in Kenilworth, but across the board. but this is definitely going to hurt. So we're keeping a close eye for that. It'll give us a better idea on how to prepare our budget and have it introduced by our May meeting. And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Borough Attorney, Mr. Capisse.
Yeah, I'm coming, they can come here.
Mayor, this is like The Price is Right, where you tell everybody to come on down.
Whoa. I thought you had
I
a
can
neck.
start saying that. Come on down.
Come on down, come on down. Mayor, just a few points. I know we've already heard it twice. This property tax thing, we'll see what's going to happen next week. I've said repeatedly, in the last 3 weeks, I've never said so many times, I don't know. I don't know what the impact's going to be on the town. I don't know if this is good or bad, but let's see what the Senate does. But it's certainly
Friday.
most
Governor
important.
announced today,
I'm sorry?
in addition to everyone wearing masks when they go to stores, no more construction except for like construction hospitals and schools, utilities. And what was the other? It was another classification.
The
It's like
engineer has a
emergency
full
something.
list.
But if you're
It's a fairly
putting it
large
on a
list.
roof or something like that, you gotta.
The engineer was talking about it before the meeting. It's a fairly large list. I don't know how it impacts on a municipality.
The thing is, there's a delay. So when I'm listening to this, I'm hearing that.
Well, okay, let's do the best we can. What I'm
Yeah,
saying
there's
is
definitely a delay on YouTube.
when we see, I haven't had a chance to study the executive order. I read it, but I guess my initial feeling is it doesn't really impact on us as a municipality. It damn well impacts on a lot of people, everything from gardeners to the guy fixing your toilet bowl. But I'm just saying that right now, the municipality is pretty well, the work that's being done can continue to be done. I've emailed you a lot this week. I think it's just a lot easier with what's going on. So I would ask you to please look at the emails. And finally, Mayor, I was unable to read it today. I think I have your feelings, but I wanted to make sure. I think it'll be Karlovich Executive Order number 2, dealing with Di Maria Park. Di Marina, I would get the Mario. I'm bad on those Italian names.
That's your old girlfriend.
The Mario Park, because I think what's going to happen is whatever you decide, Mayor, and I think it's pretty clear. I just want to make sure we have an executive order. So God forbid if somebody falls in the park, somebody does something in the park, we've covered it. But that's pretty much where we are. Please read my emails that the Laura has sent to you, especially regarding the planning board and some other issues that I get.
Thank you. Borough Clerk.
I have a little bit of normal business. We have an application for a tree removal at the owner's expense at 39 North 22nd Street. The DPW has done an assessment on the tree. They have trimmed it before, but the resident wants the tree down. So they have completed the application.
I would be in favor of that.
I'll go with that.
Excuse me.
God bless you.
Thank you.
I'd like to save as much money as we can.
Okay, so nobody has any opposition to allowing the resident to remove the tree at their cost?
No.
No
No,
objection.
Okay, I'll let them know. I know you're aware that I have 3 borough employees that are phone calls to some of the seniors in town. We don't have everybody's number, but the numbers that we do have, I did split the list up. Everybody got a couple of pages. So they've been reaching out, and I have to say that the borough is blessed from the standpoint that even the seniors that are alone, their neighbors, their friends have stepped up and they're taking care of them. The 3 ladies that are making the phone calls, they're calling them weekly, sometimes twice a week, just to kind of touch base. And the feedback on that has been very positive. They like knowing that they have someone to talk to. It also gives us the opportunity to see in the event their situation changes, because as our numbers go up, maybe there will be less people that are able to help. So we will, since we've got this phone chain going, we will know pretty much as soon as possible who needs help if that does change. I have received a few calls from local businesses and from residents. And actually, I received a call from someone who does not live in town, but they have a business in town, but they also work for OEM. Reached out to us. She's putting together a packet for us based off the names, based off the list that I gave her for seniors. So she's going to provide us with some masks, which we'll put into little packets, and seniors that do need them, I'll reach out to Superintendent Kenya and see if they can drop them off at some of our, so, you know, if they are able to get out, they are properly protected. And as far as staffing, Borough Hall is closed. However, I have to say, before I could institute hours for people to come in just to keep the ball rolling, they've been coming in on their own. I have every department, and the police department as well. We have the ladies down there, they're coming in, but there is not a department that is not represented by them coming in of their volition to just ensure that the lights stay on and the wheels keep moving. So I just wanted you to be aware of that.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay, I'd like a motion to open the floor to public, please.
Motion.
So moved.
Did you get that? I wasn't sure who. Does anyone have anything to say for the good and welfare of Kenilworth? Please step forward and state your name and address. Thank you. Okay. Seeing no one, I'd like to make a motion to close the meeting for public discussion.
So moved.
Second.
Councilman Ladati and Councilman Clementi. Does anyone have anything else to add?
I do. I forgot to mention that 16th Street Park is pretty much, it's on its way to really growing. The grasses, they filled in a lot of the holes. The sprinkler system is up and working. And, you know, I guess, depending on how long this goes for, it should be done by the end of this spring. Not to say it's going to open, but, you know, it's looking good, looking very good. They did a good job. So, and I forgot to mention that. So just so you know. Okay. And that's all.
Anyone else?
Yeah, Laura, question
Yes,
for Laura.
Jerry. Yes.
Our police department, is it fully staffed?
They are fully staffed, but they are on a stagger shift, Chief.
We're on a shift to maximize separation from the department, but still providing adequate coverage.
Yeah, we're providing adequate coverage, but at the same time, we're allowing, we're distancing to keep the officers as healthy as possible as well.
That's good. Another question was, if we do have problems with the police or the volunteer fire department, can we bring in the state police or county police to help us out?
I don't know about the state police. I do know the county police have been helping some towns that have had issues with staffing. Right now, we're not there, and hopefully we won't be there. But in the event, you know, something that has happened, I do believe the county is, like I said, the county is providing services as long as they can, you know,
Right. Thank you. I appreciate that.
sure thing.
I was worried about it.
Nobody else.
Okay, thank you. Does
Currently,
anyone
we
else?
do not have anyone out from the police chief.
Excellent.
Good.
And
Yeah.
the borough attorney says that's amazing.
It's great.
Does anyone else have anything they'd like to add?
Oh, just a moment. The engineer has a list he'd like to share with you.
Okay.
So what we know right now is the shutdown on the construction excludes hospitals, schools, transportation, utilities, building of affordable housing, believe it or not, construction of individual homes, as long as they can adhere to the distancing guidelines, emergency repairs, and any work needed to actually secure safety of a site. So those are right now what we know are the exclusions. So, we can still continue in town, I believe, with the all the utility work, the roads, because it's part of the transportation program. The work at the park, North 16th Street Park, they've been out there doing one of the touch-up work that we asked them to do. Since that work, I would put that work under securing an existing site because it's an ongoing construction site. So they're pretty much almost done. And I think in a couple of days, we can get that finished seeding. And then it's just a matter of going through the growing season and getting those spots to grow back. So, and that's it. If anybody has any questions?
Starting to look good. No, 16th Street's starting to really look good, Tony.
Yeah, we did get them out there again. They had to, do the touch-up work.
Yeah.
We'll get it wrapped up and then it'll just, just has to grow. So we're in the right to finish it up. So, anyway. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone else have anything to add?
If I could add just about 16th Street, we did have it scheduled where they were going to start installing those trees along that back fence line. They were 7 to 8 footer arborvitaes, I believe. However, the nursery is closed for business. The foreman is trying to reach out to see if they are able to, get some business because it would be governmental as opposed to public, but we are working on it.
Excellent. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. If there's nothing else to be brought before the Borough, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A second.
Cocktails.
Excellent. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.